know how important this is? Of course you do. That's why it feels like there's a really heavy weight upon your shoulders, and why you'd probably like to have, well, some of that weight removed, and perhaps why you're feeling a little more nervous than usual, and perhaps why you're also concerned about what everybody is thinking about how good of a job you are doing or how not such of a good job you were doing. Let's face it, you're feeling it. The pressure's on you and you can't ignore it. But the question is, if you can't ignore it, do you really need to obsess over it? There's a very big difference between paying attention to something, being aware, breathing through it, and allowing something new to be born from the tension and the opposition that you're feeling, and spending every single moment filled with anxiety about what's going on and whether you're going to be able to do what is necessary. And let's face it, when the chips are down, and we're not talking about the types of chips that you eat, we're talking about the types of chips that you have to commit in one direction or another, on one number or another, making a bet on which way is going to turn out right. When the chips are down in such an intense way with a particular situation, it becomes hard to know precisely what to do. And that's one of the really wonderful things that astrology can help you with. And if you'd like to schedule in one of my astrological services, there is a discount available to my YouTube viewers of 10% off using the code YT at the link that you'll see above. So, how to deal with this performance anxiety? How to deal with this confusion? I'm not going to tell you not to obsess, even though I think you get the feeling that you probably shouldn't, because it's quite often easier said than done. Okay? But you can bring your awareness to that obsession. You can pay attention to like how racy your mind is getting in regards to what you're coping with. You can take a look at whether you're feeling this big or that big, and how you might be able to just find the middle ground in between that allows you to be just as you are and commit to the situation to the best that you possibly can. Let's go back to that part of you that really cares about what's going on. Let's leave aside that part of you that's concerned maybe about saving face or what you're going to look like or what other people are going to think about the situation. You don't need to think about that right now. What you do need to think about is what's right. What you do need to think about is what everybody needs that's also involved in this situation with you. And what you also need to think about is what you know is right from the core of your being. And that's the direction that you really need to be committing your energy to. With Sravana Nakshatra, which is where this particular full moon is occurring, there's quite often a difficulty in commitment, knowing which direction to go in, because we can see a multitude of paths, and all of those paths seem like they could offer like something, and we're concerned about stepping in one particular direction or another. If I go in this direction, am I going to step in a pile of you know what? Or if I go in this direction, is it going to lead to victory? And so we sit there and we ponder over direction without committing in any way, shape, or form. Now, at the same time, with this particular full moon, the sun is across the sky in Pusha Nakshatra. Pusha Nakshatra accepts, it understands the limitations of situation. It sees when it might be necessary to make a sacrifice. And it's also what's called a light and swift nakshatra, a lagu and kshipra nakshatra. And so it's going to be quick to try to do what's necessary in order to get the job done. That's the part of yourself that you need to pay more attention to, and in which you need to find a greater level of faith, trust, and yes, commitment, because that's what's going to lead you in the direction of making the appropriate choice. And believe it or not, if you're concerned less about saving face, you're going to be doing the noble thing in one way or another. And if you could use a little bit of help navigating your way through a difficult situation, once again, my astrological services are available to my YouTube viewers at a 10% discount using the code YT at the link that you'll see above. That's going to do it for this look at the full moon in Sravana Nakshatra, taking place on the 21st of July, 2024. Until next time, please do take the very best care of yourself. Bye for now.